So ladies and gents, in my last video, I talked about how instead of selling or running for the streets, I actually decided to buy more crypto this Friday. Well, already that decision has paid off because Bitcoin is above $26,000 for the first time since June of 2022. And since I made my call, right now we're up about 35%. Taking a look at one of the very few portfolios that I own, even with my Bitcoin, I'm up about 43%. And with this account here, I actually started dollar cost averaging at the beginning of this year, up about $11,000 so far. Now, if anyone ever tells you that you can't make money in a bear market, it's just not true. While we're going through currently one of the worst bank crashes that we've seen since 2008, right now we're seeing some stocks and other assets going up. So ladies and gents, in this video, I'll share with you 4 reasons why the market has decided to pump back up. And on top of that, I'll be sharing with you at the end of this video exactly whether or not you should be buying more or selling the rest. By the way, a lot of you guys have been messaging me, where should I be buying my crypto now? And the reason why I've been using Webull is because I've had a lot of stocks as well, and I've just had a stronger cash balance there. I've been able to trade both stocks and crypto. And if you guys want to go ahead and use my link, you can also pick up 12 free fractional shares down below in the description, worth up to 3,000 bucks. I've been using Webull for the past few years. They've been more than consistent, and they also have a great iOS Mac application as well. All right, so ladies and gents, at the time of filming this video, Bitcoin is right at $26,000. Taking a look at some of the altcoins within the market, we're seeing about a 20 to even a 50% pump within the top 100 coins. Now, March 10th, Bitcoin's RSI was below 30, meaning it was very oversold. And today it's actually at a 68, which pretty much means it's in the overbought territory at an extreme amount. Upon doing some more research, I went back through Bitcoin's RSI data for the range to 2013, and I have never found Bitcoin's daily RSI to have gone this oversold to overbought within a 4-day period ever before. So why the pump? Well, first of all, this is something that no one is talking about, and it's the fact that people are right now losing faith in banks, similar to what happened in 2008 and with all the other previous bank failure crashes. Whether you like it or not, the government right now is bailing out banks again like they did in 2008, which has many people feeling uneasy. People and companies that are not FDIC insured are getting bailed out, and it's as if that FDIC insurance policy of $250,000 is completely false and they just have unlimited insurance bailout. Now, the Federal Reserve on Sunday announced a new emergency loan program to bolster the capacity of the banking system called Bank Term Funding Program, and it would help ensure banks have the ability to meet the needs of all their depositors. But Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen approved the plan to provide up to $25 billion as a backstop for the new program. Now, on paper, this might sound like it's a good thing, but it's really not. The main issues with this program is that it allows banks and other lenders to pledge treasuries and mortgage-backed securities as collateral for cash. Essentially, to break it down for layman's terms, what's going on is that the US government lent money to these banks in the form of treasury bonds and are allowing these banks to use those same bonds as collateral to borrow even more cash from the government. Now, ladies and gents, keep in mind the FDIC has very limited funds. A lot of people assume that the FDIC is this almighty entity where they have unlimited amounts of money, but you can actually go ahead and see data on their balance sheet online. This is the section where very few people are actually aware of it and are talking about it, and this is what's going to blow your mind. So right now, the FDIC only has about $125 billion in their balance sheet that secures over $9.9 trillion in covered assets. What that means is, in reality, if all the banks happen to go under tomorrow, they would not have the funds to cover every single one of them, and they only have 1.25% of the entire fund. Now, the FDIC may be able to buy out and protect the depositors at SVB, but it won't be able to do that if other banks begin to fail as well. The second reason why Bitcoin decided to pump today is because we got word that US inflation cooled down in February. Prior to the last month, where headline inflation went up 6.4%, we only rose up by 6% for the month of February. With inflation cooling and banks failing, many people are beginning to believe that the federal government is going to change their current rate hike course and only raise the rates by another 25 basis points or maybe nothing at all for the next upcoming FOMC meeting, which is going to be March 22nd. Now, although those 2 reasons are fundamental catalysts on why Bitcoin started to pump, the main reason here is because we saw an immense short squeeze happen. Short squeezes happen when a lot of people get overly bearish on an asset and they decide, okay, let's all hop into it. Let's start shorting the crap out of this thing. And what usually happens is when too many people decide to short and the opposite happens, they need to cover those short positions. They need to buy back the stock, which increases the prices and it floods out the rest of the people people who are trying to short squeeze a certain asset. Taking a look at data mesh for additional shorts and Bitcoin interest rates data, you'll notice that even just a few days ago, we saw the shorts piling up. There were about 2,200 plus Bitcoin shorts, and then all of a sudden it got liquidated all at once, resulting in less than 1,400 Bitcoin short positions open. Now, even after that, we saw some more shorts lining up, but then we saw another pump down, which is showing some even more short squeezes occurring throughout the day. Not only that, but the USDC token also decided to regain its peg. Throughout this past weekend, we got a lot of fear within the markets because USDC had lost its peg. A lot of people were selling, and we even saw some of the major crypto exchanges like Coinbase saying, all right, we're going to stay away from USDC over this weekend. You're not going to be able to transfer it over into that asset. Following the announcement that US authorities are going to be backing the SVB bank right now, I mean, USDC regained that peg and all is back to normal. So ladies and gents, even with the market in its state right now, should this be a time for you to buy or should it be a time for you to sell? Oftentimes when we have too much unjustified bearish bias, this here is going to be an opportunity for you to see whether or not crypto should really be down to the point it is. Also, compared to other stocks and traditional assets, I think crypto is a lot easier to track if you're trying to find different times to buy in, because we've seen that the $20,000 level or even $30,000, $40,000, it's usually whole round numbers where you can play that support position or find different times to sell. So anytime Bitcoin goes under $20,000, which we've looked at both support and in a resistance, but it looks like it's been huge of a resistance within the past few months. If it goes under, and I've seen it slide under, I usually consider that a decent buying opportunity. And just like I did a few days ago, I've been up a significant amount on my investment. And even so far for this year, continuing to stay on path, continuing to buy in when the markets are down has been proving to pay out. It is worth noting though, I would be highly cautious in buying in right now because I bet we're gonna see another pullback. Headline inflation is reportedly going down, but core inflation is actually doing the opposite. It's still going up. We are not out of this bear market. Unfortunately, I currently believe, even still, I hope it's, the opposite. I hope I'm wrong here, but I don't think we're in the middle or the start to another bear market. Sorry, did I say bear market? I meant bull market. Just as we saw a pump, I think we're gonna see it correct. We're gonna have another pullback, and it's during those moments where you wanna continue looking long-term and then also just slowly, adding up those bags. I mentioned this in one of my recent videos on how to get rich in this recession, and one of the points that I mentioned was something called the lift method. In the lift method, I talked about how investing is one of the critical things that you should be doing. So while other people are talking about how, okay, maybe I should start selling my assets, so instead of taking an 90% loss in my own portfolio, I can take an 80% loss. No, that's not the mindset. Right now, if I do decide to sell any asset, it's off the intention that I'm going for a swing trade play where I'm trying to make smaller bags throughout this market, build up my confidence, and then continue to always have a second portfolio that is going long. With that being said, I never think it's a bad idea to take profits. So if you guys were watching my previous video, if you decided to buy in at the time I did, and you're also up about 35, 40% on your investment, I definitely think it's going to be okay to take those profits off the table. Now, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like down below, comment down below the secret phrase word, and that is going to be DISC. Anyways, if you want to go ahead and check out the links down below in the description, be sure to sign up for our weekly crypto newsletter. By the way, we are hiring a beginner junior editor position if you guys are interested in that. Go to my Instagram. I had a little Google form that you can fill out there. On top of that, if you guys want to have access to 12 free fractional stocks worth all the way up to $3,000, check out Webull, link down below in the description. I've been using them for one of my trading portfolios. They've been great. This section is not sponsored here. It's just a great deal, and I don't know how long these companies are going to continue to offer these stocks for. With that being said, have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.